a decade ago, Run-DMC's Jam Master Jay and Scratch Music Group's CEO Rob Principe revolutionized the music industry when they came together to create the world's first trade school for aspiring DJs. With an alumni and faculty roster that includes the inventor of Scratch, Grandwizzard Theodore, the Scratch DJ Academy has established a reputation as the world leader in DJ and music production education. I'm Annamaria Chen for Corporate Profile, and today we're going back to school. All right, I have DJ Tim Martell here. He's one of the instructors at the Scratch DJ Academy, and he's also a professional DJ in New York City. So Tim, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of the Scratch DJ Academy, as well as some of the highlights from your own career, how you got started DJing?
Yeah, Scratch started a little bit over 10 years ago, founded by Jam Master Jay from legendary Run-DMC. Sadly we lost Jay soon after the school started, but legacy has continued on. This is the New York City location where I've worked for about 9 years here. We have locations in Miami and Los Angeles as well. I think it's a great place just because there hasn't been anything like this before Scratch, where you can actually go and learn the skills and what it was like to be a DJ. I started DJing almost 20 years ago, and I had to watch videotapes. There wasn't an internet, or I had to go out and watch other DJs. So for a place like Scratch to exist, I feel it's really important, and I'm happy. And 9 years here has been great.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the things that you've done, events that you've DJ'd for, if you've been a resident DJ anywhere?
As far as gigs and big things, I was a DJ on 2004 and 1 mixtape tour where I got to travel the US. I've done events for NBC. I do a lot of their upfronts, gigs for Playboy.
Probably like a highlight there, right?
that was a big one. I got the chance to DJ Caroline Kennedy's 50th birthday party, which was at the New York Public Library, and that was a little weird because I never DJ'd with the Secret Service in the building. She was cousins with Maria Shriver, and at the time was the governor's wife, so Secret Service being there was a little weird. I don't really get starstruck at that stuff, but it was pretty cool. That one was pretty cool.
Now let's talk a little bit about the curriculum. I know that you have DJ certification programs, and you also have classes for everything from the beginner to more advanced students. Do you want to tell us about the different experiences, classes you offer?
Yeah, well, our certification program are really for students or for people who are coming in. They know that they really want to DJ, and they get the most for their money, and we set them up with 6 to 7 classes, different levels of DJing, and they also, whether it be mixing or scratching, also beat making and beat production, and they have a choice. There's a core of classes, and then they have a choice of electives of which way they want to go to finish the certification program. If they don't want to do the certification program, just want to come in, or if they've DJ'd before, some DJs want to tune up on their turntable skills, so they might want to specifically go on into scratching courses. Some people know that they don't want to DJ and they just love music and want to make music, so we just do music production courses.
Now I noticed with the beginner DJ classes that one of the requirements was history of the art of DJing.
Right.
What are some of the myths that you try to dispel, and then the roots and history that you try to instill in your students?
Well, I think a lot of people get intimidated when they come into Scratch, and they just think because the school is called Scratch DJ Academy that they're only going to learn scratching. Plus they see the turntables and they get a little thrown back by that because technology has evolved so much today. A lot of DJs are using their computers or controllers or CD players, CDJs. And if they see one type of genre, maybe they're really into dance music or house music, and they see their favorite DJs using CD players. They come in and they see turntables, and they're like, well, I don't want to use turntables. I just want house music, dance music. Right. And we teach on turntables because it's the roots of where DJing started, but it's also important that you're learning all of the hand movements and the actual touch and feel of the turntables, and going from turntables to any other platform of DJing is simple.
Now, are there any, other than yourself, obviously, any notable DJs that are either alumni or faculty that you think might help sway potential students to come here, or even that you felt honored to work alongside?
Well, of course, you just mentioned Grandwizzard Theodore, and Theodore was the inventor of the baby scratch, which is the key DJ hand movement for turntables, and he still comes into scratch and teaches here. And without Theodore, guys like me wouldn't exist. So it's awesome to have someone like that here with us on a ongoing basis. Guys like DJ Rob Swift, who's part of the legendary Executioners crew, constantly come in, and he's now doing stuff with ESPN and has his own TV show on ESPN. Having guys like that come in who we looked up to when we started DJing is a very humbling experience.
Cool. Well, before we get into my lesson, I feel like I need an official DJ name. How did you come up with your DJ name, and can you help me think of one?
Well, my DJ name is Tim Martell. My real last name is Martello, and my grandfather was a horse trainer in Queens, New York, where I'm from, and he used Martell as a stage name. I guess it just sounded a little bit smoother. Plus a type of alcohol, I don't know. And so I used Tim Martell as an honor to him. And plus, a lot of my favorite DJs growing up used their full names. Guys like Danny Tenaglia, Mark Ronson, who I looked up to as big club DJs and event DJs. They were using their real name, so I decided that fit. And there's only one Tim Martell who's a DJ. I didn't want to get confused with a DJ, fresh from Cali, or a DJ fresh from New York, a DJ fresh from England. So I was like, I'm going with Tim Martell. That's who I am. Hate it or love it.
Right on. So you got any ideas for my name?
Well, I know you're from Cali, and maybe work your initials. We have an AC in the tri-state area, Atlantic City, so maybe AC Cali, DJ AC Cali.
I like that. I think it has a lot of hype potential too. Yeah. Maybe like it's hot in here.
Maybe
get the AC.
Get a resident in AC here in the East Coast and come back.
All right, cool. So I have my official DJ name. We have DJ Tim Martell here, so let's go take a lesson.
Sweet. So this is our core DJ setup, where we're using 2 turntables and a mixer, and you pretty much want to think of the turntables as your arms and the mixer as your brain.
Okay.
Okay.
So the center's going to be a little slower.
You could say that, but with DJing, you really need to separate your hand movements from your brain, so that comes into play. Right now, what I want you to do is kind of think of the record as a clock, 12, 3, 6, and 9.
Okay.
And we're always going to have our hand at 9 o'clock. So if we were on the right turntable, I'll put my hand here at 9 o'clock. If I was on the left turntable, I put my hand here at 9 o'clock. The first DJ movement or hand movement that we learn is something called baby scratch, and that was invented by DJ Grandwizzard Theodore. So we're gonna get you baby scratching here.
Baby scratching.
So first you're gonna put your right hand right here, just like that. Okay. Right here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep your hand flat. Right. We're not
like
you're gonna hold the record.
Is it more of like a fingertip thing, or it's not like a whole palm down?
No, it's not. It's kind of like a fingertip thing, but we're not going to use our fingers.
Okay.
All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold the record, and it's important that you keep the platter moving underneath.
Okay.
Because that's where we're gonna get all of our friction from.
All right.
And what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your elbow and arm and kind of like your wrist, and you're gonna go forward and back, just like that.
Okay. Baby scratching.
This is a baby scratch, okay? Every single DJ movement that you're going to do from here on out is all based off of the baby scratch. There's 2 other scratches that we also teach that are based off of the baby scratch. One is called a drag, where you're actually going to drag out the sound that's on the record, and you do that by going from here, kind of like drag it up to here.
Okay.
And then always coming back to 9, which is the reason why that cue point is important, because that cue point is going to set us up. We're at the tip or the beginning of the sound that we're trying to manipulate, and this way I have a visual. Okay, as soon as my needle is lined up with this cue point towards the middle, I know I'm ready to go at the beginning of that sound again. So we go forward, and then back, start right there, then you're ready to go
It's
again.
kind of like in songs, you know, when you hear that, like, rewind, you know?
a little bit, can kind of get like that. And then the last main scratch that you're gonna do is something called a scribbles. With a scribble, you're gonna go from like 9 to 9:15 like this. But you're going to do that twice as fast. And sometimes people will lift up their hand a little bit to give themselves some leverage, and they're not using their fingers. This is bad, but what they'll do is just go back and forth. So, got a baby, drag, and a scribble.
All right.
Okay, you want to give a scribble a shot here?
Let's try the scribble here. It's on the elbow, right?
More.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it good? Am I doing it with the fingers or the elbow? So we have baby,
Yep.
drag,
Right.
and then scribble?
Right.
Okay.
You'll learn that those hand movements are about timing. And we teach something here at Scratch. It's a process called dropping on the 1. Okay. And what the 1 represents is the first kick drum in a song's structure. Okay, so if you actually take a listen on this side, you don't hear anything on the record right now. We go to the beginning of the record. That first drum that's on here is the beginning of the song. So what a DJ will do is they will go into their headphones while a song is playing, listen to the song, and get the beginning of that song, go right to the tip, and now they'll hold the record, just like you were doing with before with the scratching, except now they're gonna take that hand movement, and based on the tempo of the song that's playing, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, they're gonna use their hands in movement with the tempo, almost as like a metronome. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So now instead of scratching an actual scratch sample, I'm actually moving my hand with a real song in the beginning. We call it dropping on the 1 because you're going to be releasing the record or dropping it on that first drum, that first beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. So.
Is that why DJs are always have like one headphone? I've always wondered why they did
That's
that.
why everyone always comes up to the DJ and goes like that.
So it's not just a cool
right.
thing.
It's not just a cool thing.
Is there anything to the hat? I always see them wearing hats.
I like hats.
Yeah, okay.
I like hats because I like hats. It has nothing to do with
improving your DJing.
Right. I have the same song queued up at the start on each side.
Okay.
And what you're going to practice doing is actually doing that hand movement, what you just did, and we're going to count together with this song. Because they're the same song, and we have them going the same tempo, same speed, if you time it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the tempo of this song that's playing, they should perfectly sync up, because it's the same song.
Okay.
You get me there?
All right. Best case scenario, they won't match up.
Right.
But...
If not, we're gonna start over and do it again.
Okay.
We're gonna get this, all right? Put your right hand right there, okay? And when you go forward and back, when you're doing that baby scratch, you just wanna hear that one single drum, just like that.
Okay.
Okay?
But you want to do that with the beat on this one?
Right, so what you're gonna do is kind of do a little like prepping over it. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you're ready, you're gonna just let, kind of like when you come like to the middle, you're gonna just let go or release. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Is that
Close.
horrible? Do I have the worst rhythm ever?
Do it again.
All right.
Right there. Put your hand right there. Good. Go a little bit like
Less?
a little bit like where you're hearing like that instead of
Okay.
because you don't want to drag out the other drums that are on that. You just want that one specific drum.
I was trying to throw in a drag.
Yeah. For right now, we want to do more baby here,
Okay.
not as much drag. Close. Dropped on the 4 there though. Almost.
I pulled back right before the last one.
You got a little give. We're gonna count. We're gonna do this.
Okay.
We're gonna do this.
Can
We're
we do
getting
it
this.
together?
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Drop to
No.
the 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You pushed it. Don't push it. Don't push it. Just be
Get
let
your
it-
hands in there. Is this wrong that I'm doing this motion and then pulling back?
You know.
I feel like I'm doing a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. You want to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't push.
Don't push.
There you go.
Yeah!
That's it.
But one
That's
time.
it. We got it. One time. One
Okay.
time.
You might just be saying that so we can move on to the next step, but this is a lot harder than I thought. I thought it was just like, can you please play Call Me Maybe?
This is not an easy thing to do. It takes, like I said, a lot of practice, and sometimes it takes years of practice.
Wow, Tim, you really have given me a newfound respect for the art of DJing. I'm DJ AC Kelly. I'm available for Sweet 16s, Bar Mitzvahs. This is DJ Tim Martell.
Don't sell yourself short. We want to go after the big money, the big clubs. Atlantic City, AC, Cali, come on, and
Yeah.
it goes.
All right, guys, whether you want to learn how to battle, scratch, or just rock a party, the Scratch DJ Academy can show you how to do it right.